Good day collectors, this is Scaling Drive Diecast back with another review. This time we are going to review the fantastic looking Pagani Zonda R, part of the Hot Wheels Turbo series. This casting debuted in 2022 in the Hot Wheels Exotic series, and this indigo color is the third release. Yes, third release. And there was a first color for 2023 which was white, and this is the second color in 2023. And there's a fourth release also, which is a premium one in the car culture series. In real life, this car was first showcased in the 2007 Geneva Motor Show, and this is a track focused car. This is not a road legal car, so you can't drive on the normal roads. You can only drive it on racing tracks and closed circuits, which makes sense because this looks lethal even standing still. So without any further delay, let's uncard this. Card art, if anyone wants to have a look. The car in real looks better than the card art. It's such a nice paint color. Let me zoom in view. Okay. Yes, what a nice color. Look at the depth in it, and it has got some flakes as well. Looks like a metal flake color, and Pagani calls it blue azzurro, and it is basically a dark indigo color and looks nice. And the combination with the gold chrome 10-spoke wheels is great. So yeah, nice casting. So let's start from the sides, and we have got a hood of logos. Number one, Staskin Racing. Staskin is named after Pagani Automobiles America base's CEO Michael Staskin. So that's why Staskin Racing. And we have a neat little logo of Pirelli tires, and here we have Zonda R written. And this small is undecipherable. Could be Michael Staskin's signature. I can't make out. So that's quite small. So nice logo work. And this cross section is very small. So getting logos to fit here is not easy, because the lower part, this is the side skirting, and it is hollowed from here. This is all in the interest of aerodynamics, and that looks nice. And this black part marks the air intake. There's an air intake over here, so quite nicely done by Hot Wheels. And let's move on to the front. Okay, so this is Pirelli logo in black, not easily decipherable in this color. The yellow, the red lettering on a yellow background would have been more easily visible. So I don't know, might be like this in the real car. So these are the moldings for the lights, two projector beam kind of headlights, which is fine. You can't get much of tamper work in there. And front air dams and all in the interest of aerodynamics and downforce that helps it to get to high speeds without lifting off in the air. And the flat floorboard also helps, including these rear diffusers. Everything is scientifically tested. Have a look at the base, 2 rivet base, simple base. So that's fine. Let's get back to the front. So yeah, the details on the front are really nice. These elements have been nicely replicated, and looking at the curvature of the arch, it looks really nice, very well replicated. Here you can see two fin-like things. This is also for aerodynamics, very nicely replicated. Not easy to make these into the moldings, so nicely done by Hot Wheels. And the hood has that signature V shape, and I think this is carbon fiber, that's why it blacked out. And there are two indentations on the hood, again an aerodynamics related thing. No wiper marking here, which is fine. And this whole part is plastic, but nowadays Hot Wheels does nice job of blackening it, and in some newer casting it has given the carbon fiber finish as well, which looks even better. And from the look of it, this looks absolutely dark window tint, which actually is not very conducive for racing because you can't see very clearly. I don't know if it has some interior piece also or not, because you can't make out from here, so it's difficult. And this is a scoop on the roof which feeds air into the massive engine. We'll talk about the engine also soon. So yes, and these are also vents on the wheel arches. These are probably to dissipate heat from the brakes, because brakes also heat up because this car accelerates very fast and catches up to triple digit speeds in a jiffy. Just to give you some figures, this has a claimed top speed of over 375 kilometers per hour, which is really fast. Like 400 is Bugatti Veyron territory, but this is a track focused car and it accelerates really fast. It's 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in 2.8 seconds. That will push your head back in the seat. It's not easy to take in that much acceleration unless you are into racing or a fighter pilot. So this is neck snapping acceleration, actually quite fast. Anything under 3 seconds is super car territory. This is 2.8 seconds 0 to 100, so that's like a thunderbolt. So yeah, Hot Wheels had to blacken it out so that these parts didn't look odd, because this is all plastic, but they have done it very well so that it doesn't look like it's plastic and we get a feeling that it's metal. And this is there on the window. The complete window doesn't open because it's for track racing. So, and this slot only opens if the driver wants some air or to communicate with his pit crew. And coming to the engine, which is housed over here just in front of the rear axle for perfect weight distribution. This has a V12 engine which has been sourced from the racing version of the Mercedes CLK GTR. So we bring in this car to show you the pedigree of the engine. So this is a fantastic looking model, and this is by Kyosho. You can see that it comes in 3 colors. So just wanted to show that the Pagani borrows its engine from the racing version of this car, and this is also a multiple race winning car in touring car championships, I believe. And that is a roadster. No, not this roadster version, it's one with the closed roof. So this is a road legal car. Best part about this Mercedes V12 engine is that it is naturally aspirated, not turbocharged. So some old school automobile enthusiasts and racing enthusiasts like naturally aspirated engines which give all the power smoothly and cleanly without the jerks or the sudden burst of a turbocharger or a supercharger. So this is actually the last of the V12s we are seeing, I believe, because due to pollution and emission related regulations, slowly engine downsizing will happen and we'll move to turbocharging and supercharging and hybrids and then to EVs finally. We are going to lose V12s, V10s and slowly. But anyways, let's enjoy it while we have it. Even if we can't drive, Hot Wheels gives us the opportunity to own them, at least a small model just to appreciate. And these particular things I had to find out because that's interesting. I thought this is to feed air into the engine, but it's done from here. This is done to feed air into the brakes because, as I said, the brakes get quite hot as these brakes are required to shed enormous amounts of speeds in a very short duration. Generally, these have carbon ceramic brakes, which result in less of brake fade and more stronger stopping power. A couple of things that are missed here. There is a tow hook in the real car. It's replicated very nicely in the Mini GT version. I don't have it, that's a premium casting. And there are wing mirrors on these wheel arches, which again would be difficult in this mainline casting, but Hot Wheels has done a fantastic job of it nonetheless. So these two details that I wanted to share with you. Moving on to the rear, okay, there's a Pagani logo across the width of the rear spoiler. It's a huge spoiler actually, and it is definitely required, I think, for the kind of speeds and for the kind of acceleration this car has. And looking at the front, okay, it has 4 points of mounting for strength purposes, and this is, I think, an adjustable spoiler. It adjusts as per speed and I think during cornering to provide maximum downforce. And these are rear diffusers which diffuse the air to keep the car grounded and for aerodynamic purposes. And we can see some grill highlights at the rear, which is for venting the engine heat, and neatly shown quad exhaust pipe setup in the center, which is quite neat and clearly visible. So really nicely done by Hot Wheels. And these parts underneath are blackened out, so must be carbon fiber parts like in the real car. And these also, so this splitter and this part only, this is black paint, this is all part of the base. Very nicely crafted base, I must say. And regarding the wheels, I wanted to mention that this has slightly offset wheels. There are 19-inch wheels in the front and 20 inches on the rear in the real car. Glad Hot Wheels use same size wheels because I don't really like staggered wheels unless it's there in some American muscle cars or some Lambo or Ferrari in actual. Usually Lamborghinis have. So these equal size wheels just look nice because difference between 19 and 20 inches not much and not easy to make out in any case. Just to give you an idea of the speed again of this vehicle, this one was faster at the Nürburgring than the Ferrari 99XX. 599XX. So this car is no slowpoke by any yardstick. And another interesting thing I read about online was that for all the fans of Top Gear, this car was raced around Top Gear's test track, and this was the third fastest car to ever go around the test track. But for one reason, this was disqualified from the power lap board because this is not road legal. This you can't drive on the roads legally. You can only drive on racing tracks and other circuits. So this is an interesting thing I found out, and you can check out that review of this car by on Top Gear on YouTube. It's very interesting. I would have called it a street weapon if this was road legal, but this is nonetheless a track weapon, yeah, to attack the track and drive the fastest around the track. Fantastic looking racing car. And Pagani followed up the Zonda R with the Huayra Roadster. So this was a road legal car with which Pagani made, and this was lapped up by auto racing enthusiasts. And this was in fact adjudged the hypercar of the year 2012 by Top Gear magazine. So this is one of my favorite color combinations of the Huayra. The other being the opposite, orange with black stripes, but I like this one, the black with orange stripes one. So this is also a neat little casting by Hot Wheels. Maybe I'll review it some other day, otherwise this will become a very long review. You can see the pedigree of the car company, Pagani being an Italian company, and it is based near Modena only, where Ferrari, Lamborghini and Maserati also are based. So this has the right kind of pedigree. And these sports cars are generally light, and they are not generally made of metal like normal road cars. This has a carbon titanium tub around which it is built, and has carbon fiber parts and metal in sub parts for strengthening, I believe. So fantastic casting from Hot Wheels. Another thing, since we can't see the interior, it is actually a two-seater race car, and it has got the racing seats with racing harnesses and seat belts, and it has two doors. These are gullwing doors, so these things you can't make out from the casting, but these are gullwing doors. They open like that. So that's another interesting point about this car. Hope you like my review. Please let me know. Please share your comments. Please like and subscribe for getting alerts whenever I upload a new video. Cheers from Scaling Drive Drycast.